I am absolutely from non-tech. I am from old school pharma distribution, retail, and also run an FMCG brand. So I will talk from the other side as to how we are trying to adopt tech and what we are doing. So ഒരു ബിസിനസ് നമുക്ക് മലയാളം അറിയാലോ എല്ലാവർക്കും. സോ നമുക്ക് ഒരു ബിസിനസ് ഉള്ളതെന്ന് വെച്ചാൽ മെഡിക്കൽ ഡിസ്ട്രിബ്യൂഷനാണ്. വി ആർ ദ ലാർജസ്റ്റ് മെഡിക്കൽ ഡിസ്ട്രിബ്യൂട്ടർ ഇൻ കേരള. I started this business in 2007 after my MBA from Ahmedabad. And now what we do is we have to beat everyone else. Netmeds, all these guys have come. So the traditional retailer, that distributor that we assure 45-minute delivery within the city and 3 hours delivery within the entire district of Cochin with just 10 rupees of cost for us to deliver. This is possible because of A, technology, and B, because of our network effect of having large number of deliveries and it being a milk route. We don't supply to D2C, we supply B2B. So we supply to retailers. So what we are replacing in our distribution network is the inventory that we hold in our warehouse is almost as good as the retailer's warehouse inventory. So that's how working. They can order their orders either through their POS onto our through their app, which is kind of integrated where we have the same software. If not, they go online on web ordering. Our system will auto-generate order. It becomes a bill. And what we do is our picking is based on a tab. There is no, it's paperless. People can see what product they want to take. There's a tray, barcode attached to that tray. It's a roller. Adil aa product eduthiduva, all the tab click cheya pova. Appo paper nokkundilla. So within 10 to 12 minutes, the product is out of the warehouse into dispatch centers. So earlier what we had is we had these 3,000, 4,000 packets come in over the day in one location and then it was sorted there based on micro locations and sent. Adu workout cheyadonde we made 10 spokes for a hub. So appo nammada hub il ee saanam ore 15 location like sort cheyum. Appo aa basic sorting ivide ullu alla kadayude order anusarichu vekkanda avashyamilla. And then it is sent to these spokes which are there in, I don't know how many of you know Cochin, but it's just like 40 kilometers away, Parur, Kodungalur, Kolanjeri, all these places, we have these spokes. And avada saan ettu. And there they have to only sort, say, 50 or 60 packets at a time. And then it is delivered to these shops. So when it is delivered, the route mapping comes on the software for us. So this is how it works for us, which helps customers get the product in 3 hours. So if sadharana FMCG distribution delivery is once a week. What we have done is we deliver 8 to 9 times a day. So, and that is possible because we built a network of 42 vehicles. This hub and spoke one tech in the use of delivery track. Electric vehicle is full network. If you were to do electric vehicle from point A to the entire network, it will not have the range. But when we break it and do 2 electric vehicles, it makes sense. So that's what we do there. And from a Haeal perspective, I think, so this is my point. I am a completely an offline, non-tech guy. If you are not, your core competence is not trying to beat Amazon. We have to integrate tech in ways where it makes sense for us to compete or make sense with it. We cannot go and beat Amazon. So best way for a retailer to survive would be probably to attach itself to ONDC if that is possible. Use WhatsApp ordering. All Jugaad is what will work. It might work in certain cases. I can't be blanket and tell you that it will not work or it will work. But you cannot beat, say, a large e-commerce play at what they do. That is not, if you're trying to do that, I think it doesn't make sense, at least to me. So building core competence where you can beat them in terms of customer service. If online COVID in the it is only going to be online business from now. It has become, touch is what people like. So that is one thing. So just going to go through 10 things I think is relevant from a retail perspective. I don't have a presentation because I think you look at me if I don't have a presentation. So I think, and I'm a little lazy. So combination. And I think I'll open it up for questions so that there is questions that I will answer. Adan I think is better than trying to give you gyan on the same topic, right? Also incidentally, I run this company called Haeal. We had these sanitizers, then we moved to Scott, which is a liquid detergent, and then we have some tissues and all that. So if you see it in some store, please consider buying it. But seriously, from a retail point of view, I think online presence is very important. For brands specifically, you need not do and recreate delivery, but be on Instamart, Zepto, whatever is relevant for your big basket. So we try to create that, and similarly, if there are third-party delivery services, use them where possible. So definitely have an online presence, at least respond on WhatsApp. And one thing I noticed is that nobody below 40 reads a newspaper. So if you're communicating to your audience, and if your audience is below 40, not that the adults, I mean the people above 40 don't look Allah, but definitely people under 40 don't even look at the paper. So have omni-channel way of communicating to them. Digital ads are a must. Trust is created through TV. Nobody again watches TV, but to paper, TV, outdoor and all that. But I think doing online is important, but online alone cannot get you sales in most cases, right? So e-commerce integration, as I mentioned, is quite important. Looking at data, I think from a retail point of view, when we look at our retail stores, medicines is a very seasonal sale product. Even with Haeal, there's a lot of seasonality. Cleaning products sell a lot more during rainy season. So predicting demand based on last year and seeing how much make sure you use tech there. I mean, how do you do it? There are different ways you can look at it, right? So make sure you plan demand not just based on previous month's sales. If there is seasonality, build that into it. If you're trending upwards, also build that into it. But stock out is expensive. Overstocking is also expensive. So figure that out. And I think retail, hospitality, a personalization makes a big difference. Figure out if there are ways without invading somebody's privacy, if you can actually personalize a lot. And I think that's quite important. Inventory management I mentioned, supply chain optimization like I mentioned, inventory full fill rate കൊടുക്കുന്നതിലാണ് പല കാര്യങ്ങളിലും important. അപ്പോൾ ensure you can keep fill rate with lowest cost possible. ഇതാണ് റീറ്റെയിലിൽ മെയിൻ ആയിട്ടുള്ളൊരു കാര്യം എന്ന് വെച്ചാൽ if you are say a Lulu or a Nesto or a Daymart, wherever you are, ensuring that your top 100 brands are always there is important, but also not overstocking. I think this is what is primarily there for retail per se as a topic. But if you have any questions, questions ചോദിക്കോ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഞാൻ പറഞ്ഞോണ്ടിരിക്കണോ? ടെക് ആയതുകൊണ്ട് ചോദിച്ചു, എനിക്കറിയില്ല. If you ask questions, I can answer based on what you think is relevant. So my expertise is on pharma retail distribution, on building brands. We've spent a lot of money on digitally building brands across India and failed. And then we build the brand offline. Sorry?
Hello?
Which sector? Retailer or as a brand? As a brand. So I think this is a bit of a chicken and egg problem in any business you do, right? Unless you get your first few customers, this is generic for business, you will not get your other customers. So, and you will not get your first customers unless you have the other customers. It's not a problem. I'm guessing that is the problem everyone has. Sometimes you need to spend a lot of money. I'll talk about Haeal per se. We spend a lot of money doing digital and outdoor ads, creating perception of a brand among customers of ours. Our customers are not you. Our customers are owners of shops. So stage one is getting key opinion leaders to believe in you.
Question section.
You might need to do a lot of things. So one is to create this relationship over. So today I had lunch with the owner of Daymart, which is a chain here. So that's the visit. So personal touch in this day of digital world works, and maybe show proof of concept to consumers depending on your product. Why don't you give it for free for the first 1 or 2 months, or rather say pay only if you believe. This is an option. I don't think free is a real solution, but if that's what you want to do that. Or second is go sell it yourself. You can't have a large, if you're starting up something, some of you must be having established business, I'm sorry, but still, if you're starting up something, don't expect some large team to go and sell it for you. Be your own salesman and everything else for the first few months, years, or whatever it takes. I'm still my salesman, right? So try and do that, and that might work for you. But the point is, it is about trying. So I've been trying for 17 years, and in 17 years we built something where we sell a lot, right? Sorry. Online or offline? So I think there's no system of giving a mic, right? There is? Okay. So there are others also here. So we went.
So my question was on, so I asked the first question, how did you find the first customer? So
okay.
What is your strategy, offline and online? Do you have which prioritize your?
So I think if you have unlimited money, branding and advertising online and selling on online might make sense. If you have limited money, branding and advertising online still has to be part of your strategy. There is no escaping doing online advertising. But selling can be decided on based on your revenue metrics. So I have this brand called Haeal, where we spent close to 40 lakhs a month on digital marketing for a few months. So I sold for 40 lakhs a month also. How much would you think I made if I'm selling for 40 lakhs and I lost 40 lakhs or 50 lakhs a month? So for a few months you do that and then you realize it's not for you. But then what happened? It created a brand for us. Because if 100 people visit your website, only 3 people buy. If you guys know your conversions, it's 2 to 3%, 4% depending on where you are. I mean, if you don't do ads, it can be 5 because nobody comes to the website. But it's 2 to 4%, so there's 96 people who do not buy but come to the website. If somebody's come to the website, then there is a lot of interest in the brand, generally. So then if you see the brand offline, it sells. So how we decided is, one is once you start losing money, it becomes easier. And when you don't have too much of VC funded this thing, that's one part. Second is we realized we have to do online ads, but we were doing national geography. Instead of that, we cut it down to Kerala because we were also available offline. So now the online ads had this ripple effect of whatever, the add-on effect of being bought by somebody offline. We combination work here. So we had to do a 360-degree thing. So why did we move to on offline and not online is because our average order value. Our average order is 300 rupees. Now 300 rupees is a margin. Now to get that customer to buy, you will have to spend 250-300 rupees of getting that customer to buy in terms of Google or Meta ads. Now, and lifetime value of a customer is all just a story. You don't really get too much of lifetime value out of a customer. So give in online because there are so many options. The funny part is online has democratized launching of brands, which has made it easy to launch brands. Because it's easy to launch brands, it's become difficult to succeed as brands because anyone can launch a brand. So given that background, we decided let's go offline because our strength is distribution. We touch 3,000 shops a day and all that. So we went into distribution offline, but we did a lot of branding online. Though we've cut that down a lot right now because we didn't have focus. But now we are going to start back with influencers and stuff like that for now. So I think our strategy is clear. We do offline sales mostly and we will do online ads. But we'll also piggyback on Big Basket and Instamart and all those people once they take us in through Lulu Web Store. Because that will give us the benefit. They have started the infrastructure. They are bringing the customers there. We work on an absolute transactional gross margin level. We don't work on a loss. This is our basic strategy. Thank you.
Any more questions from the crowd? Yes.
So, hi Rahul, it's a good model. You said you make 10 rupees, you charge 10 rupees for the delivery within the region, right?
No, we don't, but that's our costing. That's what costs us.
So, what is it? How does the delivery cost increase or decrease? Because nowadays, by the value of the product, they reduce the delivery cost, right?
No, so we do B2B delivery. So, in our delivery system, the price is already included in the bill. It's a wholesale bill. But we are able to do these kind of services at these costs because milk route, we send these vehicles at 40-minute intervals each. So, we send these vehicles all the time. And we have, say, 20-30 employees. We have 40 vehicles, which has 40 drivers. So this will have a total cost of, say, 70 into 20K or 14 lakhs. Then the vehicles are all electric, so it's only 1 lakh rupee cost. It's 15 lakhs on a fixed cost for delivery. Now, these 15 lakhs gets you, say, 1.5 lakh deliveries a day. Then the average cost is 10 rupees. So we are not charging anything. But what we are doing is we are creating value for the consumers. Because typically, once a week, they keep a lot of bulk inventory.
So where do you make your revenue? From the B2B, a percentage or?
Yeah, so we have say 8%, 8.5% gross margins, 10% in pharma, but because of discounting, the blend is close to 7.5, 8%. That's our gross margin. Average order value is probably 3,500 rupees. But our cost of delivery is small, but then we have a lot of other fixed costs of rent and staff salary within the warehouse and interest costs and all that.
It's only pharma, you're saying only pharma.
So that's pharma. In FMCG, we work through distributors. We supply to other distributors and they supply. Wherein the timelines are still 1 week, 5 days, 6 days. So we have a point of sale people tracking software where they enter orders. So we get daily consolidated report and we verify with our distributor sales. But its visibility downstream is not very strong in an FMCG brand. Not just for us, for most FMCG brands. I'm sure there are people where there is like Shabri for PNG and all that, which has technically access illa.
So, for example, we are in the additive manufacturing space,
Sorry?
right? 3D printing space, right?
Yeah.
So we deliver small products across the country. So currently we are using Blue Dart, okay?
Yeah.
But because the packages are small and large, etc.,
Yeah.
and it goes to B2B, mostly to customers.
B2C.
B2B, because it's all enterprises or manufacturing companies or big companies which we deliver. We don't deliver retail. It's more to the larger companies. So would you think that cost from Blue Dart, because Blue Dart is much more expensive, will be much more cheaper, I mean economical in your model?
No, our model will not work interstate, right? That model works for a couple of districts. But within the district, we run a fleet of about 6 large Bharat Benz trucks and smaller trucks, and we deliver. But eventually what we'll do is again a hub and spoke model. So we'll have a mother warehouse and we'll have smaller warehouses. So I am very Kerala centric. Yes,
Okay.
when we had Lucknow, Lulu Lucknow, we used to send our own truck there. But there are return trucks going cheaper, so we would use that. Because we do truckloads. Whereas for smaller shipments, using Blue Dart where you have somebody to shout at is always better than doing your own transportation.
Thank you. Thank you. Good one.
You have a question? Okay, can he finishes? Yes.
Hi sir, I'm Sujit here.
Yeah, I
Yeah, I'm very new to Kerala, like the last 2 years I'm there in Kerala. So as far as I'm not familiar with your, the older brand, I'm just familiar with Haeal. Sir, as far as branding is concerned, see I have seen Haeal first in a lot of hoardings across Kerala. So I think that was a big campaign which you have done before. And now like of late I can see you have smaller vehicles, I think like the last mile transport vehicles.
Yeah.
So you have so many vehicles, so we can see at least one vehicle in a day. Like
If you're in Cochin, yes.
Yes, in Cochin, yes. I'm basically we are from Cochin. So I think like that is a very good move, like because you are using your vehicle for transportation, as well as I think there is a communication also to the crowd, to the general public that as a brand.
അതെന്താണെന്ന് വെച്ചാൽ പൈസ ഇല്ലാത്തതുകൊണ്ട് നമ്മൾ നേരത്തെ 1.5 കോടി രൂപ ഔട്ട്ഡോർ ആഡ്സിന് സ്പെൻഡ് ചെയ്യായിരുന്നു. സോ ദിസ് ഇയർ വോട്ട് വി ഡിസൈഡഡ് 1.5 കോടിക്ക് വണ്ടി മേടിച്ചിട്ട് അതിൽ ആഡ് ചെയ്യാം. സോ ദറ്റ് വണ്ടി ബിക്കം കൈൻഡ് ഓഫ് ഫ്രീ ഫോർ അസ് മെന്റലി. ആൻഡ് ദെൻ ദ ആഡ്സ് വാട്ട് വി റിയലൈസ് ഇസ് നമ്മളിപ്പം റോഡിൽ ദിസ് ഇസ് നോട്ട് ടെക് ഐ നോ ബട്ട് സ്റ്റിൽ റോഡിൽ ഈ ഹോർഡിങ്സ് കാണുമ്പോൾ ഇറ്റ്സ് എ ബ്ലൈൻഡ് സ്പോട്ട് ഫോർ യു. വെയർസ് എ മൂവിങ് ആഡ് is like a, on YouTube, it's like a non-skippable ad പോലെയാണ്. അപ്പം you kind of see this. It's much more attraction ഉണ്ട് ആൾക്കാർക്ക് കാണാനായിട്ട്. So that has worked well for us, I think. So what we had budgets elsewhere, we used it here to buy the vehicles, which is used for our transportation, and it is also used for branding. So we kind of tried, and transportation is something else. So it's like that ecosystem where we have something else to do, but we use it for ads.
Okay.
And it's green, but it's green because it makes money, not because, it is electric. It is also electric.
Okay, so
I think she had a question, I think, and we'll...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Someone from the front. Yes. She had a question.
Hi, my name is Sachna.
Yeah, hi.
I work with Venture and I'm also a student of IMK, currently pursuing.
Yeah, hi.
Yeah. So, slightly digressing from this topic, when I went through your website, most of your products are sold in plastic. So, what are the steps you have taken to reduce carbon footprint, especially when we talk a lot about ESG? Thank you.
Yeah, true. So we started this company called Unbottled together, me and Aishwarya, who was CMO of Ola, and we did recycle pellets and plastics, and it did not take off too well. But what we have committed to do right now is we have these Scott 5-liter cans. We are going to take back the cans. For every 5 cans you give, we are going to give back money. So we started that, piloted it in households in Cochin right now, and we want to take it elsewhere. So I think that is one thing. We had taken out a lot of plastic earlier, but certain products it's not easy to take out plastics and replace it with butter paper and all that. When you're a premium brand, it makes sense. But when it's a smaller price product, it's a 30 rupee, 40 rupee product, when you pack it in completely sustainable ways, consumer perceives it differently also. Right? That's a problem. We are trying to do that. So, for example, like transportation is moved to electric, but that was because of a financial decision. Similarly, we've used recycled pellets for a lot of our bottles in the brand Unbottled. In this also, we are trying to get stability for the 5-liter can where we use recycled pellets. Idea is to go into something else like in deliver the van and Kodakala. Shadaka, I think it will take some more time. What we can go into is do our little bit, which is move into recycled pellets. So we're testing that. Right now, we take back traceability under them. Traceability, return logistics under. For 5 cans, we go there and pick it up and we give a 100 rupee discount on the next purchase. So we're slowly getting there. Your question is valid. We need to do a lot more. But we are a small company where we try to do our best. Thanks. Last question, and I think I have to get out. So, yeah.
Yes, my name is Anand. I'm an MBA student from Manipal University. So like you said, Haeal is a B2B e-commerce platform for pharmaceutical products.
No, that's a different business, but yeah.
Yeah, but so there are present other companies also in the market doing somewhat the same business. But what do you think made your company successful as the largest e-commerce provider for India?
No. So we are. Still a primarily an offline kind of distribution business. The largest is because we've been acquiring a lot of firms, and it is building focus. We cut down 5 offices. Incidentally, we grew. So I think focus lets you do better. So that is one. Second, Second is we try to we deliver 8 times. Instead of delivering once a week, if we deliver 6 into 8, 48 times a week, obviously sales will improve, right? And then we do a lot of marketing, meet people. So wherever I go, I meet people in Cochin, because our business is Cochin, Kottayam and Thodupuzha. And it is about taking a lot of decisions. There's small decisions you take. It's like, why does Indigo do well in Narendra? So everyone knows what they do. It's not complicated, but it's just about doing the same things again and again. And incidentally, we also are sending 300 shopkeepers to Vietnam on a trip. So these things also help, right? So thanks. Thank you, everyone.